Hi, Asanka. I think I didn't see you before. Am I correct?
Yeah, this is the first time I'm joining the lesson because only 1st of December I came here.
I see. No worry. Thank you for saving time and joining us today. You can watch the recordings of the two classes, and then let me know if you have any question, okay?
Of course, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Please check with your friends to join the WhatsApp group. That's number one reminders for me. The second reminder is that you guys should be in a group. We have two group one, two. So just ask your friend to get you, adopt you into group one or group two. Thank you. I see some of the faces. I haven't talked so much in the previous section. So I think you guys can open the camera today, turn on the camera so that we can have better interaction. So yeah, so let me start first. So 18:15, we're gonna have the class. So Asanka, can you turn on the camera so that I know roughly? And then Samuel, Tom, Sim, Danny, and then yeah, hello me. Hey, nice to meet you guys. So today, we have a very special guest, who is the research analyst or investment analyst of Dragon Capital. So I hope that you guys, like because he cannot arrange all the time, so we can have a dialogue with him first, and then later on we can factor in the opinion of him into the program. How about Keen, Sim, Tom, Harley, Tohiv, Ore, Goya? You guys turn on the camera, please. So I want to have a checkup on you guys. How is the last sections? How do you think? Should I increase the level of difficulty, or should I, like try to be a little bit like beginner for you guys? So let's start with Sim. How do you think about the previous section? Hello. Cannot hear you guys. Cannot hear. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Let me know. Let me know if you feel the last two sections increase the level of difficulty.
It's good.
How about you, Hen? How do you think? You are mute. You are mute.
Yeah, I did the homework. I did.
Is it too easy for you guys?
No, it's not too easy. I'm still working hard on that.
Okay. So how about Danny? You think we should increase the level up to be more difficulty?
It's okay.
It's okay. You guys want to be millionaire, right? You guys want to receive investment from, like millions in dollars, right? So you should work harder. You should increase the level of difficulty, challenge me, challenge the program so that you can receive more money from the investor.
All right.
Okay, so I think that I asked you guys to do the presentation, right? But we delay it into the second part because we have to prioritize the time for the guest speaker. So if you guys not into any group, please ask the class leader, ask your friend to be in the WhatsApp group and in the presentation group so that you can do group assignment, okay? So let's give your friend 6 minutes more and then we start the class. Everyone okay? Okay, cool. Yeah, so call your friends, call your group so that we can start the class on time. Okay? Okay, so give each other 6 minutes. Okay, see you guys in 6 minutes.
website as a WeChat. Is mic on right now? Is mic on right now?
Hello, teacher.
Yes, I'm here.
I don't know how I
Actually,
don't know how to join to the group. Can you just help me with that?
oh, okay. Sorry. Class leader, Samuel, can you add this gentleman into the WhatsApp group, please?
Okay, he should drop his WhatsApp number so that I can add him up.
Asanka, can you chat
Yeah.
to the group your WhatsApp number? Okay. Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get anything in WhatsApp.
You chat to the group your WhatsApp number so that people can add you.
Our question.
What is your WhatsApp number, Asanka? Okay. Hello, Kim. How do you do today? Okay, I can see that you are fine without seeing your voice in the Zoom class. You should turn on your mic.
Sorry. My laptop is a little bit error. That's why I fixed now.
Okay. Hello, Elias.
Recording in progress.
I can see.
Hello. Very nice to see
Hello,
you
sir.
guys. Okay, how do
Nice
you do
to see
today?
you. Well, I'm doing great. Thanks.
Yeah. Starting from the second class, the next class, I think that we should share with each other good news when starting the class, so that it would be more fun. And actually, doing entrepreneur, becoming a new venture, it's very stressful. So I want you guys to be healthy and then have a very positive mind. So I will start first. Today, my good news is that I find a way to buy books for sales, 60% off. So which means like a book like 100,000 Vietnam dong, right now just 30,000 Vietnam dong. So that's my good news. Samuel, since you are on speaking, can you share your good news with the class?
Good news?
Yes. Any news that you consider good news today?
Well, I thank God I'm alive today. I'm
Wow.
strong and sound. So there's not much thing to talk about.
Yes, that's a good news already.
The only good news I have is that this entrepreneurial course will be an exciting one. It will be a course to remember.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thanks God that we are alive. Okay, Han, please.
I also have a good news that I found out a company who make that's from China, make a shoes, very good shoes, running shoes. The quality is even better. Nike,
Which one?
the best one.
Which one?
I'll give you more information, but
Okay.
I did the view.
You just give the link into the class group so that we know, we can study the company. Because when you guys do new business, you guys can look at all of the company and learn from them. All of the innovation in the industry, cross industry matters. Okay, Elias, lady, what's your good news today? What's the good news today?
So are you asking me?
Yes. What is your good news for today?
My good news is I went to the seminar today. Yeah.
Interesting. What seminar about?
It's about the management, hospitality management.
Great.
There is many company come to the school today.
Nice.
Especially, the founder of I think the business developer from SHMS, like that. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so one more person, and then we can start the class. Tom, what's your good news today?
Yes, there's no good news today, and the only thing is that today is my birthday, so I have it's a special day.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Okay, great. So you should wish that you have like a startup that receive millions of US dollar like ChatGPT, OpenAI. Okay, so we start the class today because at 18:30 sharp we will have a Origo Origo, yes, it's very nice. Say happy birthday to you. Tohib also say happy birthday
Thank
to you.
you.
Hey, so 18:30 we will have the research analyst from Dragon Capital. I think you guys already look it up for Dragon Capital. It's a private equity, the largest and the biggest in Vietnam. And also because he can give you guys so many lessons, I want you guys to be prepared. So I will show you a video that talk about investment landscape of a startup. And the reason why startup need investment is that because startup too new. You guys don't have money. You cannot buy resource. You cannot hire people. You cannot buy even Gmail so that you can in contact with the customer. So first, we need to understand the investment landscapes so that later on we can have a fruitful discussion with our guest speaker. Okay, so ready? Let's do it. Okay. You guys see the screen yet? If you guys cannot hear the sound, let me know. Just turn on the mic and let me know. Okay.
Microsoft Innovation Center Nepal presents an educational segment, E for Entrepreneurship. Today, we will talk about how investment for a startup works. Apart from having a great idea and a promising market, gathering the right funds at the right moment will have a game-changing effect on the success of the startup. The initial funding for a company comes from you, the founder. The moment you start working, you start creating value. You own the 100% of it now, and you are the only person in the unregistered company. As you progress, you will add in few people to better formulate the idea. The co-founders will work together with whatever small capital they have and create a solid business plan. The next round of seed funding can come from your family and friends. Even if your family and friends are not as rich as an investor, you can still accept their cash and start small. After this, you can get a seed fund from an angel investor or from any crowdfunding platforms. An angel investor, sometimes known as an informal investor, is an affluent individual who provides capital for a startup, usually in exchange of convertible debt or ownership equity. Crowdfunding, on the other hand, is the practice of funding a project or a venture by raising monetary contribution from a large number of people, often performed via internet-mediated registries, but the concept can also be executed through email benefit events and other methods. With a good amount of funds secured, the company will need a next round of investment only when the company is ready to scale up. Till this time arrives, the startup has to prove its worth and attract venture capital. Venture capital is a form of financing that is provided to small early-stage startups that are considered to have high growth potential or which have demonstrated high growth in terms of number of employees, annual revenue, or both. If your company can showcase a promising future with your first version of the solution and you have the traction with users, venture capitalists will then invest in your company. The VC will invest in your company in exchange of equity and ownership stake in the company they invest in. The investment in this round can range from a couple of $100,000 to a few $1,000,000. In about 3 years of time, you may be eligible for a second round of VC funding. Looking at the performance, the VC can decide how much they want to invest in your company. By this time, you will know if your company will move forward or close down. In the growth period, you will have a steady income and start making good revenue out of your business. Thus, will not require any fund to sustain. If you still perform well, you will now move on to the next phase, IPO or sale. Initial public offering or IPO is the first sale of stocks by a company to a public. While sales of a company refers to a company being acquired by other companies for a hefty sum of money. At this time, your startup is about 5 to 10 years old. By now, you have either made it or folded it. Now, your investors are ready for the payday. When your company goes public or you sell your company. If you start planning your company's finances with keeping all these stages in mind, you will have an easier time transitioning from one stage to another. We hope this session will help you start your venture. This is brought to you by Microsoft.
Okay, everyone, you already see the video. So who's can help me to, give a summary of the video. I'm looking for the birthday boy today. So Tom, can you have summarize the video a bit? And then I will have Keen to add on the details that Tom missed. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, but not too much that I have summarizing. And yeah, the one thing is about the investment and also the IPO sale, and that's they providing in this video. And also they have to you don't have a lot of a big background to start a business, and you just need to start like a small business that you have to grow, and also you have to grow your networking, and also you can grow make your business stronger, and also yeah, maybe I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, Keen, can you add some of the further info for your friends?
I'm sorry. Can you speak again?
Can you help your friends to add the missed details? I asked your friend Tom to somehow summarize the video. So do you have any further, input so that your friends can complete the summarize? Hello.
I have no. I'm not mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
Oh, today my laptop is a little bit error. That's why.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to ask a question to Tom.
Okay.
About
you
the-
input, you add input. You don't have to ask question. Yeah.
Okay. So as wait.
Okay, so let me help you a bit. So this video talk about all of the type of investor for the startup. So when you're very small, you have ideas, you can ask your friends or your family put in the money to help you grow the first prototype, which is the proof of concept. So you have a concept, let's say sell lemonade. Then your friends and family can help you to build the first car or cart to sell lemonade on the street. And then you prove that your lemonade is very special. Then you go seeking wealthy, wealthy individual, may not be your friends, but your teacher, maybe your friends of friend, to invest in the cart and make it a multiple cart in different districts. All right. So that's called angel investor. Angel investor means because they are so good, we call them angel. It's a cushion. They're so good, they kind to us. They might ask a little bit of equity, the ownership of the company. And then when you grow bigger, you ask for venture capital, which is the the type of investment fund or company that see that your company is growing. So they want to put more money, like $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 for you to grow. And when you grow, there's Series A, Series B, Series C, and private equity to invest in you. And then maybe you do investment public offering, like Apple, sell the stock to the public. or you get acquired by a bigger company. So that's the whole video talking about that. So you can see that as a startup, you have to wisely choose who's invest in you, so that later on you keep the equity. Equity means the ownership, and then you also have the money to scale your business. That's it. But I want you guys to really understand the concept, so I give you guys a link in the WhatsApp group. That link doesn't require you guys to pay, but you have to read line by line to see how the venture capitalists think. Okay, so we spend 4 to 5 minutes read through the article, so that later on when Mr. Tĩnh, T-I-N-H, come to the class, you guys can have better discussion with him. Is it okay, everyone? Okay, so spend time read nha, because Tĩnh is a very, very good investor. I want you guys to make connection with him, so that later on, if you start up, he can consider invest in your company. All right.
Teacher, by the
Yes.
way, I do check. I don't use to link, but I go to his profile. I just still don't understand what his company, how his title,
Yes.
what the name of his company is, what he
Dragon Capital.
interesting, what
Yes.
he interesting to invest to, what
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
That's the question we can ask him later on. Dragon Capital is a very big. You can imagine, like, Dragon Capital have like millions of US dollar, so they can invest in a lot of segment. And the role of Tĩnh is to have his investment director figure out which company, which industry that worth investment. All right. So first of all, the article first, and then go to this link to understand about his company, and then you guys can ask him further question later on. He is here to help you guys understand. Part of the learning experience is figure out investor type, taste, and preference in investing in startup. Okay, so quickly read. We are behind the schedule. Okay, read the article, go to the website, scan. All right. Let me chat to Tĩnh a bit. Yeah. Also, write down some questions that you would like to ask them, and then later on, when I ask you guys to chat the question into the chat box, you guys just enter, copy it, so it's easier for you guys. Okay. Now, just read, and then go to the website, and then prepare the question. Tĩnh will join, and then I will make introduction. Is that okay? Let me have a checking with Ola Cholo. Are you okay? Dorcas. And then Lucky, and then Mintet. You guys can show the cameras, show to me that you guys ready, so that later on when the speaker join, they can see you guys face. That video is fine, as long as you guys make video so that he feel that he's respected. Asanka, and then Samuel, Elias, Kin, Dorcas, and Ola Cholo. Okay. So we're ready. Here you join in 4 minutes. Just read the article I sent you guys in the WhatsApp group and then go to the Dragon Capital homepage and then prepare question for him. Sim also, please turn on the camera. Otherwise, the university will say that, look, we invite a very good speaker for you guys, but no one welcome him. Great. I see more camera. Yay. Thank you, Asanka, Samuel, Keen, Dorcas, and Sim. Tohip. And then Daniel, also Harley. Can we see your face? Oh, great. I like this angle. Is the article hard for you guys? Is that easy for you guys to read? Okay to read the article. Sim, are you okay? Kin? And then Daniel? Fatai, are you okay? Oh, okay, you are outside. You can read the article later on. Koya, please read the article when you get home. And now just, like turn on the camera so that you guys can interact with the speakers. He will be here in 3 minutes. Ôi. All right, so you guys please chat into the chat box some of the questions you would like to ask so that later on I can pick it easier. So Asanka, please drop your question into the chat box, and then Tom, and then Lucky, and then Minted, and Keen, Elias, and Danny, please help. For those guys that's still outside, you guys can still easily chat. And then Sim, if you have any question for the investor, then just drop into the chat box for me, please. I still haven't seen any questions. Can you guys drop some question for me, please? I also dropped the video so that you guys can see later on.
Innovation Center, Nepal.
Okay, what industry Dragon Capital is invested in? Okay, great. Number 1. Number 2, any other questions? Please. Okay, hold on. I call Tịnh.
Hello.
Tịnh is John already. Hi Tịnh, how are you doing?
Yep. Hello.
Hey,
Good.
okay, let me make a little bit introduction. So our class, the mini MBA, the entrepreneurship modules, very glad to invite Mr. Tịnh to join and share with you guys some of the, aspect of from the investor perception. So I will hand over to Mr. Tấn because he had to leave early. He made time for us, so please everyone turn on the camera and give a big applause for him. Okay.
Okay, hello everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to this class. Yeah, happy that I can help anything. So feel free to have any questions if you want. So a little bit introduction by myself. Currently, I'm working for Dragon Capital. It's a largest fund here in Vietnam, managing about 5 billion US dollars. It's a public listed equity fund, so it's mostly invest in tradable stocks in the stock exchange here in Vietnam. But previous to Dragon Capital, I did have some experience with venture capital and private equity, which is more relevant to what you might be interested today about startup and small business, this kind of thing. And I myself also had a short period of time taking a break from my finance career. Co-found a startup with my friends and run it for a little bit about 2 years. It's not successful, so that's why I came back to finance and investment industry afterwards. Yep, that's about me.
All right, thank you, Tấn. With no further ado, I think that we would like to, first of all, lots of students here want to understand what's this perception of the investor that picking the startup for investment. So in that, how would you guys pick a startup for investment? Actually, you are on mute. Okay.
Okay. How did you guys, you mean as a VC fund, right? Venture capital fund?
Yes.
Because there are different kind of investors that want to invest, to put money in a startup. Different kind of investor, they're looking for different things. So it's a little bit different from investor to investor, but I just try to generalize here. Of course, investor, when they invest in a startup, they want to make money, right? They want a startup to success, to grow, and to make money. That's a simple thing. And so growth, probably the first thing they consider first. And afterwards they break down like what make a business growth, the product. Is there any, how big is the market for the product or the service that this startup is looking for, right? How profitable that they can make, right? For example, for every $1 of sales they generate, like how much, like 50 cents or 60 cents they can bring back as a profit. How much money, how much of capital or resources they have to put into to grow the business 3 times, 5 times from now, and how long would it take? So that all sort of questions surrounding just one keyword, growth. So actually they ask a lot of questions. Of course, when investors they consider to invest in a business, in a startup, they're gonna ask a lot of questions, but I think all of those questions all in the end serve the purpose to evaluate the growth potential of a startup. I hope that answer well the.
Okay, great. Yeah. So the following up question is that what would be the top 3 reason why startup fail? And do you have any advice for the first time startup people?
Well, the first thing I think is a product, right? The product and service they're trying to sell and to provide to the market. Do people really need it? And they're willing to pay money for it? That's the first question. I think And surprisingly, a lot of founders, a lot of startup I came across didn't really do enough research or think carefully or think seriously about that questions. A lot of startup founders I met are, like passionate people. They passionate about a sector, a business, an idea. But sometimes they don't really put their feet on the ground to really, to ask practical questions. Are there anyone really want to this product or this service and willing to pay money for that? Ideas, when it in your head, it sounds beautiful, it sounds great, but sometimes it's just a very simple fact that not enough people willing to pay money for your product. Yeah, that's the first thing. A lot of startup founder, they had good background, graduate from good school. They had beautiful, wonderful dream, an idea or something. But sometimes when they put it to test in the real market, and just doesn't fit. Yeah, the keyword is product market fit. That's one thing. Another thing is I want to probably like enlarge a little bit. The second thing is how big is the market, right? It might fit to market, but the market size is very small, right? There is a market for the product, but let's say just like 10 people willing to pay for it. So it cannot grow. That's a problem. So that's the first reason, product. The second reason, people, right? Doing business is all about people. It's about managing the relationship between co-founders, right? Who are gonna run and start the business with you. It's about managing the relationship with key people. Can you hire the people you need to hire, right? The right sales people, the right accounting guy, that kind of thing. Can you manage a relationship with the investor, right? Can you raise the capital? Sometimes people put money into your business just because they like you as a person. It's all about people. Doing business is all about people. So the second reason I came across is that a lack of people skills, and they let the relationship between co-founders, between key people in the business fail first before everything. The third reason, of course, I came from a background in investment and finance, so I do pay a lot of attention to financing and accounting. So yeah, the third reason probably the finance, and they were founders. Sometimes they not coming from the finance and accounting background, so they don't really put enough attention to that aspect of business. They don't really know how to manage the cash flow, the profitability of the product and service, how to raise money from investors. So yeah, it's just about finance, not enough money to run the business. So that's the third reason.
Okay, thank you. So looking into, like this is like out of the questions that we had earlier. You look at Vietnam market because all of the student here, they actually go to Vietnam, and Hân is actually Vietnamese. So what would be the, like the common things that you have seen in Vietnam market for on kind of startup that is very hard for startup to be successful? What's the number one thing? Like talking specific
It's a
about
market size, right?
Oh,
In the end, it's not the US, it's not China, it's not a big, international or regional market. So you play on very small playground compared to, big and global markets. Vietnam is a fast growing economies, but in the end, just look at the fact, it's still kind of a small market, right? And it's fast growing, but still a lower middle income country, right? So it's just a simple math, right? Let's say you found a business, produce, selling, whatever, let's pick random things, right? Selling a car, right? In China, probably like 100 million of people can pay for a car. and they're willing to pay how much? Probably 20K for a car, right? So it's simple math, right? It means the market worth how much? 100 million people multiplied by 20K a year. So that's like 20 billion, right? 200, no, sorry. Yeah, that's 20 billion US dollars worth of market. In Vietnam, do the same math, you're gonna come up with a smaller numbers, right? Smaller populations, all right? Lower income. So that's a simple thing, a smaller market. That you're not gonna see some big startup just in the US or Europe or China or Korea or Japan, like more developed or more larger market to capture. And I think it's a story that not only applicable to Vietnam, but also other, developing markets, wherever you come from. I think it's probably small population with lower income. So in the end, you have that kind of ceiling to grow your business, right? And it's not easy, right? You can have a dream of building an international business, starting from Vietnam, starting from Thailand or somewhere else, but it's just more barriers and more layers, more difficulties to overcome to build an international business from a developing countries. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. So the number one thing that we should look at is the business, the market size when you do business in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So in case that, like if you don't sell bún bò, bánh mì or anything, then you should look at the market size carefully. Otherwise, then your startup cannot scale. So I know that you have limited time. So we would like to know, so for example, if the student here already find a very good business model, do it good, how can they find investor in Vietnam? So investor big like Dragon Capital, I don't think that look at small business, but what are other options for them?
Okay, let's start with people around you, because in a lot of cases, if you read about just story of other startup and founders, sometimes people who, put money first into your business must be yourself, right? You must have some skin in the game. At least you start business with some money of yours first, right? And then the people in your personal networks, people who trust you and willing to, to put money there, even when it's just an idea or your product has not really proven yet. Your friends, your families, people in your communities, that's kind of thing. I think that's the first thing you have to think first before you're thinking about external investor or funds or whatsoever, because with strange people to put money into you, they need a lot more than trust, right? They need certain market proof, right? We're talking about a product market fit. They need some traction. This means that your business must produce some kind of results, right? At least you have to demonstrate, oh, you get the first one or first 5, first 10 customers first before you can talk to them. So let's just take a little baby step first, right? Try to put your own money or your friends or families, try to convince them first. People that have a trust on you first before going outside there. And how to find them? It's just about building your network, right? Go to startup networking, startup event, try to get to know them, right? Using social media, using LinkedIn, using, Google search, just simple Google search, you're gonna find, big top venture capital fund and then you can just approach them and talk to them. But as I mentioned before, talking to them is difficult. At least you should have something on the table first. Yeah.
You mentioned something on the table, which is like the proven success of the concept or the business ideas put in a very
It's
nice.
anything. It depends, right? Some venture capital fund are willing to fund, put small tickets into very early stage, just an idea. Some venture capital fund, their strategy is a bit different, right? They prefer to wait, and they only participate, only invest when they see a clear market, product market fit, proof of concept, or even clear traction, clear profitability of the product and service. It really depends, and talk to them and find out. Yeah, talk to them.
Okay.
Just approach and ask them, hey, which stage of business they prefer to invest? What is a typical investment ticket, right? Amount of money they want to put into, what kind of industry they want to invest. Just ask them. Yeah, just go out there and ask them. Different people have different choices and preference.
Okay, so I think you have very little time. And then before I move to the Q&A, promise you just 3-4 questions for Q&A from the student. What would be the 3 most important thing that you think the MBA student, when they go to do startup, they should pay attention to, like, personal advice, because you have been there, done that, you work across the line. So yeah.
3 things, eh? Probably just go back to the questions earlier, right? 3 key reasons that startup fail, right? When you start a business, you found a startup, obviously you want it to be successful. So you want to avoid on that 3 reasons, right? Think about your product, think about people you're going to work with, and think about the financing, right? The money. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I give 3 students opportunity to do like the dialogue with our guest speaker, distinguished one. So the first one, I think let's Hen. Yeah. So please ask directly, very straightforward to the questions, and then leave the time for others.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Tĩnh. Thank you very much.
Okay, hello.
Okay. When you talk about the startup, we already have the angel investor. So the product go out, we have a product, very good one in the market, everything. The point is our product is a very niche market, very high quality, like we're selling something very expensive and high, not much like, like people can buy, for example, our product like hot sauce, super hot sauce, like Carolina Reaper, like 10 years Guinness. So not much people eat that, but when we have a good product, people really approve for that already. Now the time we need to look for VC capital, the very good investment next step for go to the market bigger. The point is we don't have enough product now because we need the money to put in the farm too. So, all the number not that good on sale. We cannot even bring our hot sauce go to like supermarket or something because that organic we don't like 5 months, 6 months on the sale. So what the number to show, how we show the number like a good sale for the investor. Like the only one, like for example, I meet many investors and they say like, oh, this is very good product. I really want to invest, but you too small. Let's make it bigger. How could we make it bigger when we stop? We need money invest to the farm first, and then go to the factory, and then from the factory go to the supermarket. Yeah. When even you have very good product, very good. I'm talking about good one. We don't talk about the failed product. So even we have a customer in waiting list. Now the time we come back to the farm.
Then my question is I'm gonna rephrase a little bit, right? It's a very good product and it's approved by the market, right? By the customers. But are those customers willing to pay it in advance?
I have the waiting list customer buying. Even we have the customer from Europe. Even we already sell like a first container go there. But now you know the next container, we not enough money to plan again because we have to roll our chili pepper. It's not on the market. We have to buy. So chili pepper, what we plan, we need like 6 months, and we need another 6 months in the factory to make the product, whatever, like take time for that. So how you show for the investor to see whole the system like that way?
Then your job is to convince the customers really willing to pay for that product, and there are many of them, not just one. So
we got already the customer. They would love to.
Sorry, Han. I think this is a very specific questions. If Mr. Tĩnh permit, then you might.
I think I can go very quickly, right? Okay. Then you have to convince. It's all about convincing people, right? You say it's good, prove it. Convince people it's good, right? You think it's good. Your job is just to convince the investor it's really good.
And I want to know what number for, like you say, like 5 billion.
Convince the product is good. It's not just about number, all right?
Yes. I'm talking about like how much the VC think that's not small anymore. You think
it's all about the math, For example, you let's say you let me. I think it's a very quick and simple math here. Let's say you have a list of 100 of customers willing to pay for your product, right? That's 100. So you do the math. That's 100 customer can bring how much revenue, and then that how much revenue can bring how much profit. Let's say it's give you $1 million, right? So it's simple math. Oh, if you can grow to 100 customers, it can bring you a profit of $1 million. But how realistic that plan? Yeah, how many years it's gonna take to acquire that 100 customers? To whatever, to grow through your product or whatsoever, to grow your farm or go through all of your business process. How long gonna take? Is it gonna 3 years? Gonna be 3 or 5 years?
1 year.
Yeah. So and convince them that plan is realistic. It's just about, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong here, right? It's just about convince people. That's why it's a fact. It's a fact that in a startup and venture capital industry, sometimes you can see a lot of random people. They graduate from Harvard, good school. They came up with crazy idea. We know it's crazy because we're looking back, right? After 10 years, we're looking back, we know it's crazy. WeWork, the case of WeWork is a failed startup, right? But before it's failed, it's raised like billion of US dollar from VC funds, right? It became $1 billion US company. And then it failed.
Talking about WeWork and
we're talking about WeWork.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just about convincing people, even if your product is shit, it's not good. But if you have something to convince them, hey, I graduate from Stanford. Let's say, for example, I'm a daughter of, Jeff Bezos. It gives you credentials, right? So it just my answer for you is very simple. It's just about convincing. It's not black and white. There's no numbers to prove.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's really that's the reality.
All right, so we have time for 2 more questions, please, guys. I know you are super excited, and if Mr. Tĩnh permit, later on he can share the emails that you guys can send email to. But right now, just keep it short so that your friends have a chance. Okay, so I would like to invite the next person who raised your hand, and then I can choose you guys. So who would like to have a chance to interact with Mr. Tĩnh? Otherwise, I will invite Elias. Elias? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. After Elias will be Emmanuel. So please give Elias the first chance to interact. Okay. So please, Elias.
All right. So my question is, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs seeking investment for the first time?
I think we went through this question before, right?
All right.
My advice came back to 3 reasons that startup fail, right? Product, people, financing. So just think about that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Elias. I would like to invite Emmanuel, and then Mr. Tấn have to go for another meeting. So yeah, Emmanuel, your turn. Hello.
Yeah. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, can now.
All right. Thank you very much so far, Mr. Tấn. Having spent a few years in Vietnam, I quite understand the modus operandi of doing business in Vietnam, being that there are a whole lot of joint stock companies, and which makes it favorable for investors to bring together resources to establish businesses, run it, and conquer whatever market and bring business solutions to the market. So I want to ask, as an entrepreneur who is looking for how to break through in the market, how can a young entrepreneur who maybe I want to go into the agricultural sector, but now I don't have enough capital, or the capital I have is not
Emmanuel, you are on frozen, so maybe you can turn up your video and ask the question again. Hello?
Or have a joint partnership with others just to raise his own resources and then picking up from there. For instance, this is just a summary and simple thing I want to ask. Is it possible to get established partnership or get in touch with any already existing partner here in Vietnam, where one can really bring in his stock resources and be a shareholder in any joint stock company?
Sorry, I couldn't really get your questions, but my interpretation is that you're asking, is there any way to find co-founders, right? To start business with you?
Yes, or anyone that is already existing where one can invest so as to raise enough.
And what can you bring to the table? It's all about business, right? It's a business transaction.
Yes.
That you expect them to do something for you, bring a capital, bring resource. But then what you can bring to the table? Yeah, just think about that.
At least $20,000 for startup.
Then you find someone that need that 20,000. And the thing is, yeah, they need it. And doing business, finding co-founder is very, I would say, very intimate relationship, like finding a wife, finding a husband. You need absolute trust, right, to do business with someone. So I don't think it works in a way that you can just grab a random people on the street who can do business with you. right? So looking around you, your friends, right? People you can trust, families, colleagues, former colleagues, people you have experience working with them, right? People who share your vision, your passion, your ideas, whatsoever. And you can just look up, the stories of successful startup in around the world, how those co-founders, they know each other and they came together to work with each other and try to find ideas from those stories around the world.
Yeah, I think that's the end of our section today with Mr. Tĩnh. Again, lots of people ask you for your email. So in case that you would love to, like in touch with the student, please share the email with our program. Thank you so much. And then we would look forward to your section in another day. We still have 2 modules regarding financial reporting and then growth. So I would love to have you back. We need to discuss with the school on your convenient timing and also the curriculum for the class. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a nice day.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, class, we should go back to our normal class. So I would like to invite 2, 3 sharing. What did you learn from the section with Mr. Tĩnh? So let me invite Kin and Tom, because you guys asked the question, but sorry, we didn't have enough time for that. So Kin and Tom, please share your impression for the last section. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, it's great. I have a lot of like improving and also critical thinking. A lot of things, and also have a lot of input and to make this. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. How about Kin?
Yeah, for me also, my problem is I just worry when I start a business. I'm worried at loss, profit and loss. But as before suggestion, she said, markets fit size. So I got some lesson from his speech. Yeah.
Nice. So thank you a lot, especially the guys that react to Hen's question. I know that is a very critical questions, but because the school promised that release Tĩnh before the time comes, so he had to attend another meeting. So very sorry you guys for cutting short on this. We will need to continue our lecture in just half an hour more, and then I will give you guys some of the readings so that we can meet up again on Saturday, and hopefully that it will excite you. So because today we study a lot about fundraising, investment for the startup, we should look at a very important aspect of the business, which is the business model. So we will come to that in around 5 minutes. I give you guys 5 minutes for toilet break, and then we super focus in the next half an hour, and then we can enjoy our night. So see you guys in the next 5 minutes. Okay, grab your drink, go to the toilet, and come back fresh. Okay, see you. Okay, guys, let's back to the class. Shall I see all of you, please? Are you guys there? Can you guys, if you don't want to turn on the video due to connection something, just raise your hand so that I know that you guys still listening. Thank you, Hun, for always supporting. Hello, Tom. Hey, so I will release you guys promise in the next 20-30 minutes so that you guys have it fresh. Okay, hi, Sim. Okay, Oracle, yeah, thank you. I hardly see Harley in my class somehow, so just checking. Okay, so very important that you guys understanding the concept of business model. I think Hun is a little bit advanced for the class, but I just want to revisit the concept so that everyone will understand correctly. And then I hope that I give you a revision so that you can look at the business model in a more fresher way. So bear with me, please. All right, so I invite you guys to follow and see this first video, and then we will see some more video, and then I will make a recap for you guys. And then because at the end of the class, we will discuss your business, you know, like can be, you know, individual group. We still decide on that. So right now we need to solid our fundamental first. Okay, so let's start. Hold on. Let me turn. Okay. Very short series of video. I think you guys will enjoy it. Hold on, bear with me on the. Okay. Can you guys hear the sound of it? No. Okay. Someone say no. Okay. Again. No. All right. What can I do with that? I couldn't find a more short video to share with you guys, so I borrow an advertisement on the lectures of this professor, Professor Kim, Chan Kim. So the concept of this video is that very important. Anyone can help me with the concept of the video? Anyone? You guys follow the video or not? Trời ơi, I try to find a very good video for you guys. The concept of the video is that create, don't compete. You see, Airbnb is the new category creator. You guys can live anywhere without paying money to the hotel. You know, Grab, you can go anywhere without owning your vehicle. You know, Netflix, you can watch any movie without going to the video renter, you know, without to go into the cinema. So the one most important concept of high value venture, getting a lot of, you know, investment from, you know, like people around the world, Dragon Capital, or even to Emmanuel, when you want to do architect in Vietnam, create a new business model without competing with the category that a lot of people are into that. That's number one concept. Okay, so we go to the second one. So we go to the second one. What is a business model? So in mind is that we need to create a very new business model. We don't compete with anyone. And some people we ask what is a business model. So that's why I want to share with you guys. What is really a business model? Hold on, huh?
Business model and strategy are among the most sloppily used terms in business, but these are separate concepts with enormous practical value. And when it comes to concepts so fundamental to success, no organization can afford fuzzy thinking. The term business model emerged when personal computers and spreadsheets became common, says Joan Magretta, a longtime editor at Harvard Business Review. Managers could use these tools to literally run the numbers to see models of how various decisions might affect the bottom line. A new business model might hinge on either a different way to make something or a different way to sell something. Take discount retailers like Kmart and Walmart, for example. These pioneers applied supermarket logic to the conventional department store and developed a discount retail model, which involved slashing costs by eliminating chandeliers, carpets, and personal service in exchange for lower prices. While business model is a description of how your business runs, a competitive strategy explains how you will do better than your rivals. So, for example, part of Walmart's unique strategy was to prioritize rural customers. In founder Sam Walton's own words, he put good-sized stores into little one-horse towns which everybody else was ignoring. And it worked. Focusing on rural areas let Walmart buy up land for cheap, target customers no one else was going after, and preempt other discount stores from entering the market in those areas. Their customer strategy thus reinforced other parts of their competitive strategy. In contrast, Kmart tried to appeal to everyone, and that's not a distinctive strategy. So while they may have a good business model, without a clear strategy, they've struggled to stay competitive. So to get ahead of your rivals, you not only need a good business model and a clear strategy, you also need a clear understanding of the difference between the two.
All right. So I would like to invite a very advanced student in our class to help your friends understand better the video about business model. So Hen, can you explain the business model in your own words? Since you have a startup and you are looking forward for investor to raise funds, let's start with you.
Yeah, that what we do is no one do yet. We start with something that's super hot sauce. So there in the market there is no super hot sauce. Everyone used to with something called the hot sauce, but that's not hot at all. It's like tomato or mayonnaise or something like that. So we start with the hot sauce. So when with our business model, like I understand that we do something people don't do. We don't really have the competitor. So we do about by our own way. There's a lot of hard time, but also another way we can see like it's easy for us to by when the customer love us, they will stick with us. There is no another product like us.
Good one. Thank you. All right. So thank you, Han. Hope that you can present to the investor and they like you, like us, like you. Okay. So next, we will consider another aspect of the business model. Why business model is very important. So I want you to listen to this lady. She's fantastic. Over the past 14 years, her video is still on top when people look at the business model. Another bit. By the way, I will put all of the link to the WhatsApp group later on, so you guys can have a chance to review on this. Okay.
I believe that at this stage of development, the seed stage for a company, it's the business model that matters, not the business plan. So send me a 50-page business plan, I probably won't read it. But send me a picture of your business model and all the hypotheses that you have around your business model, and I'll take a really good look. And the reason why that's really important is that business models will enable you to understand exactly what your assumptions are. And there are a lot of diagrams that we've put out that show what my version of business model diagram looks like, and Steve has that on his blog. Alexander Osterwalder also has a book on business model generation. And so there are different frameworks now that exist out there where you can use them to figure out what your business model looks like. The business model is then really, really important because what we have our startups do is they'll go through each component of a business model. In my mind, those would be your users, your customers, your pricing, which also includes your customer lifetime, how you do customer demand creation, your sales channel, and then on the back end, if you're producing something or if you have inventory, your whole supply chain. That could include all your components, design, manufacturing, and inventory warehousing. You should have assumptions around your entire business model of how you relate to all these different entities in your ecosystem. How do the customers view you? What's your value proposition to them? What's your value proposition to the manufacturers? What's your value proposition to the sales channel? How do you do demand creation? What's the cost of customer acquisition? These are all questions that you should be constantly thinking about. And if the dollars in are not greater than the dollars out, then you need to rethink your business model right then and there.
Sorry. So this is the $1 billion video because the lady outlined everything that you should be doing as an entrepreneur, running your business, and also look at as an investor. So one thing that she said that I like the most is if the dollar in is not greater than the dollar out, which is your sales revenue, is not greater than the cost that you pay to, maintain your business, then you should rethink your business. That's exactly the thing that you read in the WeWork case study and you will see. All right. So today I want to leave you guys with just one very important concept, which is the business model. I will send you guys a template of the business model canvas for the 2 groups to choose one business that you want to do and fill on the thing in the business model canvas. So next section, we will discuss on the business model canvas, all right? And also listen to the presentation that you guys prepare in the group. So do it as a group, choose one business, fill the business model canvas, and we will discuss in the next class. All of the group leader clear, right? All of the class leader clear. Okay, so I wanted you guys to have done one thing before we end the class and leave you guys a reflection time, which is like what is the thing that we learned today, how I will apply into my startup, etc. You should spend that time by yourself to do that. Class leader, please open the attendance check and do all of the attendance check for me. And then we will check again, see if we miss anyone, and then we can dismiss the class. I will then use that time to input for you guys on the link I shared to you guys and the assignment next week. No, this Saturday. Is that all right? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, class leader, group leader, please help with the attendance. Okay, so class leader, can I see your face? And can you help doing the class attendance now? Hello? Hello? Class leader,
Class leader Sammy. Where are you, Samuel?
Samuel.
Class leader Samuel.
We summon you.
Over and out.
Okay.
Samuel.
Why your friends? Emmanuel, can you open the link and help me with checking the attendance? And then in case you guys have any questions for this class section, you can chat to me privately or you can enter so that I can summarize and then give a response for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Please.
Yeah, who's there?
Oh, okay. So who gonna help with the attendance check? Emmanuel, you are on it, right?
Okay, sorry, I have a network issue, Mr. Lecturer.
There was no network issue. Somewhere there was no network issue. Just do your job.
What do you mean by that? Are we in the same location, Mr. Emmanuel?
You are my friend. You are my friend. I have sent you some networks. I've sent you some data.
Okay, thank you. Let me check.
Okay, so Emmanuel or Samuel, you guys are on the attendance check, right? Hello. I'm just done on the, you know, like assignment gifting, so I'm very excited. So Samuel. Okay, so why don't we do this? Can you guys open the sheet and then just mark your attendance by yourself? So I have to do a screen capture of today. So it's a good way to check your integrity. So why don't we do this? Okay, check your attendance. Just mark don't do tricks on your friends. If your friend's not here, don't mark they appear. If your friends is here, don't mark they disappear. All right, so do this. And then we can dismiss the class. And then please feel free to reach out to me and ask any question if you have. And please work in group and do your presentation and present on Saturday. All right, on good? Okay, so see you guys. Remember to check your attendance, huh? And then go through all of the video. Don't miss any video. Anything you miss, let me know. Okay, I'm on WhatsApp most of the time. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. See you guys. Have a nice day.
Hello, Mr. Lecturer.
Okay.
I'm on the attendance.
Okay, check
I'm
attendance.
having
Okay.
issues with my network.
Okay.
As you can see, I am using my friend's laptop.
Okay, cool. So Samuel, Daniel, please, Daniel, please help with the attendance. And everyone, please double check before the class end. Okay? Cool. Okay, guys, remember to check attendance, huh? Bye-bye.